Birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai, birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai, call Hawaii Hawa, Allahayna, Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashim Kagadesh, bless you, Most High Yahweh, bless you in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of Spirit Holy. Of course, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashim Kagadesh. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, the great millstone who well. Peace and salutation to the elect, 144,000 prophets, the Rashim, the Heats, that whom the Lord had bestowed this truth to, 12,000 men out of each of the 12 tribes of Israel, collectively 144,000 choice men. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans are the Israelites. And of course, since our seed has been scattered, you have Israelite foreigners that look like the heathen nations where they've been scattered to, but lineage by the way their fathers go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom to the rest of the remnant of the 1/3 whom are not prophets as well. Men, women, and children whom are Israelites who the Lord will have mercy upon in these times. So, Shemir Maf, my name is Mappa from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp. That's with a wee lesson. Rite pharmacy chain plans to close hundreds of stores as part of a bankruptcy plan. We'll play this video. Fair use warning. I don't own this footage here. Action News 6 ABC. This is for educational purposes only. Playing the video.
Aid reportedly plans to close hundreds of stores, all part of a bankruptcy plan, as the company struggles with more than $3 billion in debt. Action News reporter Chad Perdelli live at a Rite Aid in Winfield today with more on how this might impact you and your family. Chad.
Yeah, Brian, really depends on if your local Rite Aid is on the chopping block. It's unclear if this Rite Aid on City Avenue is on that list, but a lot of people will be affected. As part of its bankruptcy filing, South Philadelphia-based Rite Aid is proposing to shutter 25% of its stores, meaning 400 to 500 locations.
We've already lost a lot of them. In the past year, there's been about close to 20 stores that have closed.
Wendell Young is president of Local 1776, which represents many union Rite Aid workers. He says it's unclear how many stores or employees will be affected in our area, but he worries about a total liquidation of the company.
It's mostly women. They are hardworking women that, originally took these jobs on as part-time while raising a family. And
Right. Now, as you said, it's said, and I didn't, well, I do know this as a fact, mostly women. Now, Rite Aid, this is a pharmacy here. You have it predominantly in Philadelphia, I know. And I used to go to this place. I still go to the place from time to time just to get money orders. But this place, when I was a kid, I used to get like oodles and noodles. That's when I was in the world as a wee kid. My mom would give us like $1 in literally in dimes and nickels, and we had to see how many we can get, how many packs, just to be able to eat. That's the sentiment of Jake. So, this pharmacy store, most Jake here in Philadelphia would go get, a little pharmaceutical over-the-counter medicines, and I can testify that, as it said, women, and you have, like, at my neighborhood Rite Aid that I used to live in, the Rite Aid is closed. And I damn near felt like I cursed the damn place. But and the woman that was there serving me when I was a youth, she actually was still working there when I went back to it. And I was like kind of surprised. But and there's other Rite Aid that's off of Frankfurt Avenue here in Philadelphia, near Levick, and that one is running like some of these stores were 24 hours. They had to change. Sometimes you got hours. One time I went to a Rite Aid and it wasn't even open until they said later at 10 o'clock, and I'm like, why? Well, maybe because they barely can get workers to work. And then who the workers are, they're women. Okay? It's not really men that work at Rite Aid. Choice men. There's a dude that was in the truth that worked here. But, that's not a job Jake want to, basically get, to be a cashier. That's really with these women, that's their type of job. Not to say if you brothers is a cashier, but serving out, dealing with the public on a constant basis, and it's a difficult thing to deal with as a male, especially in these neighborhoods. Now, yeah, so he said this is impacting mainly women, and that's heavy in itself. I didn't know that, but I'm gonna bring out this precept because, hey, the prophecies are hitting and they're speaking. I'll get to Habakkuk, the second chapter. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and 2, and it said, "And the Lord answered me, and Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." And the vision are the prophecies. Okay, we have the prophecies, and if you hear these prophecies, you ought to me quickly and move with haste. Okay, to dart. Okay, and repenting, simple as that. Rawatazah, going into to run, or to run swiftly, to dart. Okay, you should be asking questions of how can I be in good graces with the Lord, to the prophets, praying in the names of the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, in the name of the Spirit Holy, or Bashem HaKadosh. It says, for the vision is yet for appointed time. The vision of prophecy is for appointed time. That time was pre-prescribed by the Lord. And Mawa'id, hey, we in the time of these last end day prophecies, okay, coming to pass. As is deemed the year of all prophecies coming to pass, hopefully, by the Apostle Tahar in the year 2023. But it says, but at the end it shall speak, and it shall not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely to come, it will not tarry. Okay, so these prophecies are hitting, and we have to measure the time diligently in itself. Okay, the next scripture is Isaiah, real quick, the 32nd chapter, I believe. And this was a different angle because I was meditating on this for quite a bit, but I didn't know it was mainly impacting women, which is good because, as it tells you, this is Isaiah chapter 32 and 9. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech." To you Israelite women, this warning is to you. Okay, you are at ease. You are in a position of security. Yeah. And it's mainly because of the system. The system has it where you have all of these benefits. Like you thought that you had, like you're in a union, you have job security. I didn't even know that they had a union that represent workers at Rite, but they do. Goes on, and it says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled." Right? The apostle always go into that in the Red Bible by the Watchtower group. It says days beyond a year. It says, shall you be troubled? Hebrew word, regaz, going into disturbed, okay? And disquieted, agitated. Why? You're worried about what? How are you going to make an income? This has been the only job you've been working for over decades and such. If a woman, in the 30s, and a woman been working at a Rite since I was even, like I said, I was in, I think I might have been 13. I don't even know, but I just remember being in Philly and going to a Rite and the lady still being there, and I ended up growing up and working a job, and I'm basically in the 30s, that speaks a lot. Someone like that, you can't tell them nothing. And most of them people that work jobs for a long time, they get really proud and such. Well, yeah, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come, right, in the form of the benefits. Wait, you're getting cut off. Your job is getting cut off because the Lord is bringing forth the remainder of the prophecies, okay? You got bankruptcy, okay, as part of the plan, all right, and it's closing stores. What I've seen with some of these women, they close one store, shutter, and I see, like, my neighborhood where I basically grew up in Philadelphia, which I'm not from Philadelphia, by the way, but basically the neighborhood's going down, and then I seen that close, and I was like, this place is definitely through, because if this place is closed, then this is like one of the businesses that been around for a long time, a Rite, and you would think the store like that with a franchise, millions of them, or however, not millions, but thousands of them, a set to be shuttered. That's not a good sign, okay? What more is it for the mom and pop? So going on,
they really run these stores.
Young and others blame mismanagement by Rite Aid and pending lawsuits over the opioid epidemic, oversaturation of pharmacies over the years, but also a complicated and evolving landscape of prescription management and reimbursement for drug costs.
It all comes down to money. If you can't stay in business, that means you don't have enough money to pay the bills. That means you have not enough money coming in.
Former pharmacy owner Rob.
And with people stealing in these stores, right? You have it when you go into Rite Aid. I don't even go to Rite Aid often, but when you go into Rite Aid, you got somebody in plain clothes acting as a loss prevention officer of some sort, and it doesn't feel good having being watched over by somebody when you're not even coming in the store with the intent to steal. But they look at pretty much everybody that's so-called black. And hey, like I said, you got a lot of drug addicts out there. They use these stores to take candy, sodas, whatever they can get their hands on. I've seen a girl literally wait outside and then go inside, was in the store for over 20-30 minutes, just for the intent to steal. And that was not even a Rite Aid. That was a Walgreens. In Rite Aid, you will see, I've seen like simple, like when I saw actually over-the-counter drugs being, you had to actually go to a store associate to open a locking mechanism to be able to access it, or deodorant. I said, wow. I remember even one time you had the actual ID just to get different over-the-counter medicines, and they thinking that you're using it for drugs. Like, it was just like, the place is so perverse.
Bob Franco leads the nonprofit Philadelphia Association of Retail Druggists. He says the system is broken and more closures will happen in the future. In 2021, CVS announced nearly 1,000 store closures. He says independent pharmacies are struggling as well, and he worries it'll create more pharmacy deserts, affecting the poor and underserved communities the most.
And what y'all gonna do when y'all can't get these drugs? Most people are on prescribed drugs, okay, and they use these different pharmacies to be able to fill their prescriptions. Now you gotta go travel and be already broke to be able to get your prescription filled, and hey, certain pharmacies may not accept filling your prescription from your doctor, so yeah, and like, this is only gonna make people more antsy and more angered, and the times are just gonna become more unpleasant. All right, so I'm gonna get also Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. It says, now remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And America has been in a very complacent time, for quite a bit, where most people believe that this place is can't be touched and it won't see great sorrow, but though it will prophetically Obviously, we know that's what's to come. World War III, nuclear destruction, the nations, of course, invading this place with missiles, the people amongst themselves, the division, the uproars. Okay, that's all here to turn this place upside down. The more pestilences. All right, if you have no Rite Aid, you know, in a certain community or something like that, like, and also it's been often, like, because also you have these independent pharmacies, and I've seen, like, if you look at even this Tacony, Mayfair, and Philadelphia, many have closed. There's only, you know, Rubino's. I think that closed. Yeah, it's like, you know, they're hanging on a thread, okay? But anyway, like, have no pleasure in them. Pleasure, chapatazah, goes into delight, that in which one takes delight, right? A lot of you don't know, you know, it's been delightful to be able to go to a store to be able to get stuff to so-called alleviate your symptoms, right? You ain't really getting treatment going on. It says, while the sun and the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the days when the keepers of the house tremble, the economists, household managers, that look over the economy, and they, you know, they just tell you how any day now this could be a collapse, and just to prepare and save up and store gold, and, you know, watch out for what's coming. Complete change of the financial system, which we know what that comes with the MOTB. But it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. The grinders are the work, these jobs, right? It cease because they are few. Yeah, you have it. You know, the few that's even in actual operation, they're closing. So what are you gonna do? All right, cease, batal, which means cease. Simple as that. The desist from labor. Desist meaning to abstain from labor. All right. Yeah. You have it. Loads of people even like say like that. They be crushed, and then what do you think them people do? You know, they've been working at a Rite Aid, and then they gonna maybe try to go to another chain store of the same type of. I worked at Rite Aid. Well, CVS been closing down. So many properties I've seen, like I said, properties in Juniata, you know, all over Philadelphia, close up shop. You know, and it's like you see it one day and then it's closed the next day. You're like, damn, what? I thought they was doing renovations. Nope, it's through. And that's how we is in this time. That the Lord is moving these days, all right, and moving these prophecies. So don't be complacent in these times. It says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. The future is very, very dim. All right, you thinking that they're gonna come back and bounce back from bankruptcy because they closed store locations and maybe that allocate some more money? No. They're not bringing in no money. People ain't going to Rite Aid and spending their money on things and getting their pharmaceuticals. People are through. Okay, they gotta, you know, have health insurance and stuff. Okay, let's go.
Where are they going to get the meds they need if they need to now travel several miles? And, you know,
and they gonna go to the streets. Most people are gonna go to the streets. They're gonna be depressed. They're gonna hit the streets. And what? Philadelphia already has a great big opioid crisis here. So what do you think? Is just gonna make this place a more dark place?
those several miles in Philly is a long way to go.
The bottom line, if your pharmacy closes, you'll need to find a new one. We did reach out to the company, but so far have not heard back for comment.
Yeah, they don't sound good. What comment do they got? They don't even know what's going on. You got Rite Aid's competitor CVS announced nearly 100 store closures in 2021. Okay. Yeah. So that's the lesson to the spirit. you women out there that work at these different jobs that you work at, this is a warning to you that, hey, don't think that you could just be like, it's just going to be all sunshines and rainbows, because many of these women out there have been proud, regarded the Lord, and the Lord is coming and making do with what? His word. Okay? He's not a man that he should lie. So this is Job chapter 9 and 12, and it reads, behold, he taketh away, who can hinder him? Who will say unto him, what doest thou? Right? And who is going to say to the Lord, like, who can stop the Lord for what he going to do? You can't. He's the Most High. And he's bound by his word. So that's it in the spirit. Shalom to you, like all praise the Yahweh Shem Yahshua Shem Kokadosh. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone.